Alright, before we get into the exposing and all of that good stuff, I just want to bring awareness to this situation that I've been made aware of. A fellow viewer of the channel reached out to me and they told me that their puppy needs emergency surgery, and they sent me photos and they send me evidence that yeah, this is real, not a scam. This GoFundMe will be linked below in the description, and it will be in the pinned comment. And if you could donate anything, you know, as long as you don't go homeless, but if you can donate $1, $5, anything to save this little puppy, that'll be really appreciated. I myself donated last night. With that said, thank you so much for your time. Now we can get into the exposing. Thank you. 13 hours into the new year, we already got a addressing the allegations video, which is always a really good sign. Now, in case you guys don't know or forgot, because this happened like 3-4-ish months ago, YandereDev got accused of being inappropriate with minors. To be more specific, minor fans. And in case you guys have no idea who this is a game developer, and he's been working for almost 10 years, if not a bit more, on his own video game. You know, I thought to myself, what better way to start the year than by looking at some allegations?
I'm YandereDev, the developer of Yandere Simulator. Last year, an extremely serious allegation was made about me that I would like to address. The accusation is that I attempted to groom an underage fan of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan.
That is how you start a video. He did turn off his comment section on Twitter, so no one could respond to him or that video. And it seems like within 20 seconds, people are already making their minds. First 20 seconds, I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with the fan. Don't care. Next. And it's crazy to me that people could just make up their mind in 20 seconds and just be like, I'm done. And I'm not defending him by any means. Just want to make that very clear. I am not a fan. I'm not saying free him. He did nothing wrong. Interesting way to start the video, but at least he's direct. Not the best start to a video. Yes, I did talk to inappropriately with some fans.
However, the accusation that I deliberately attempted to groom this fan is false. In this video, I would like to apologize for what I feel I should apologize for, but I would also like to give you the full story so that you know what is true and what isn't true. Last year, a fan of my game contacted me and wanted to chat. Usually, when a fan tries to talk with me, I just tell them that I'm too busy. But this person seemed really nice and friendly and funny, so I decided, you know what, sure, let's talk. She let me know right off the bat that she was 16, but I didn't see any problem with that. When I was 16, I had online friends that were in their 20s and 30s, so it just didn't feel weird to me.
I kind of see where he's coming from. There's nothing wrong with replying to fans, right? An email, an IG DM, Twitter DM, just being like, oh, you know, I love your content, you know, I'm 16. Oh yeah, thank you so much, appreciate it. But, you know, that's where it kind of ends. Or maybe if you're nice, you talk a little longer, but never to the point where you're asking for inappropriate content as a grown man. In no world do I imagine DMing a girl, be like, you know what, I want to have a hot, spicy conversation even though you're 16. Let's do it. Let's just get it on. Like, no, it's disgusting. Up to that point, he hadn't gone outside. He didn't have friends. He didn't socialize. He was just locked in his basement, working on his video game, working on his stuff. And when you're isolated from everyone, if someone like the girl comes along, like, that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
In the beginning, our conversations were normal, but she had a kind of adult sense of humor, and every now and then she would bring up a topic or ask a question that wasn't really appropriate. When this would happen, I wasn't entirely comfortable with it, but I rationalized to myself that it was no big deal and just kept talking with her. Eventually, I must have said something that sounded like a red flag to her, because at some point she started to record our conversations just in case I turned out to be some kind of predator. She showed our conversations to a YouTuber, and the YouTuber decided, yep, this guy seems like a groomer. We need to expose him. From what I've been hearing, it kind of sounds like the YouTuber started coaching the girl on how to manipulate me into saying things that would make me look bad, which wasn't what the girl wanted. But you don't have to just take my word for it. The girl has written a statement about the entire situation, giving her side of the story.
Ali coached me into being exactly what he wanted based on years of her online stalking, along with a community dedicated to bring him down. Ali disrespected my wishes when I didn't even want the video posted because it was an elaborate scheme to bring views back to her dead channel. I, the only victim, I'm making my statement, choose to listen or stay ignorant. The objective of this video is to show you guys everything and you guys make up your mind. I'm not here to be like, he's guilty, lock him up, make EDP his cellmate, or he's free, he did nothing wrong, go, great work, all of that stuff. Because I have a feeling that more stuff is gonna come out. This person says, and I quote, "The only victim is insane. It's a fact. It's definitely not." So there's a lot of confusion. And then she talks about the alley person, the evil person who forced her to start recording. Her goal for the video was exposing him for trying to ditto a minor. Yikes, glad he didn't. And even this person calls it out, and I quote, "Until I made things spicy," end quote. At that point, it was Dev's responsibility to stop talking to his child fan or to set a clear boundary that this isn't okay. As the adult, it was his responsibility to keep the conversations appropriate, which I don't really disagree with. Like, if I was in his situation and I was talking to this 16-year-old girl and like they get spicy, they're like, "Yo, you're the hottest commentary channel ever," or whatever one can think of, right? I as the adult and as I the content creator, I would stop conversation immediately. I'm not saying they're innocent angels, but it would be my responsibility to just cut off every contact possible, just being like, nah, we're not doing that right now. YandereDev should have been like, "Nah, we're done. We're not talking it," even if she was the one who engaged or the one who started it. I think any rational content creator or someone who has that much of an influence would immediately cut off all connection and avoid getting in situations like these. Yeah, that was a L move from YandereDev. And you know what? It will make it a lot more convincing if he added screenshots or more proof throughout this video. He only did it once, and I think if he would have shown more proof or popped up DMs on screen, it would have helped his case a lot more. I personally would have liked to see more screenshots and him debunking, showing it on screen, because if you don't know better, you're just believing him and taking him on his word.
I won't tell you what to think about it. You're welcome to read it for yourself and draw your own conclusions. So, with the YouTuber apparently instructing the girl on how to steer our conversations in an inappropriate direction, our discussions got pretty weird. I wasn't comfortable with it, and I tried to express that, but like an idiot, I just went along with it anyway. Because I had gotten into the habit of being really candid around this girl and just casually responding to whatever she said, it was very easy for her to get recordings of me answering questions I shouldn't have answered and discussing topics I should not have discussed. And the YouTuber then used those recordings to make a 40-minute long video accusing me of being a groomer.
And going back to when he said the whole, "Oh yeah, we talked inappropriately and all of that stuff, despite knowing the age," why would you continue to engage with that? We appreciate the honesty. I think the moral of the story should be, how about we stop talking inappropriately with 16-year-olds when we're like 25 or 35 years old. And this person says, moral of the story, if you're an adult content creator and a minor emails you, don't respond, just don't. Thank you, YandereDev, for admitting everything that we needed to hear. To give credit where credit is due, at least he's admitting it, right? At least he's being honest and upfront about it. He's not like, "I didn't do that, here's a ukulele solo." He's doing the best he can and he's admitting to it. And for the record, that still doesn't make it okay. Just want to make things very clear. I think he's still a huge weirdo for that.
Grooming is when an adult tries to establish a relationship with a child with the intention of exploiting or abusing the child. That doesn't describe what I did. I didn't develop a friendship with the girl for that reason. That wasn't my intention. I did not attempt to establish a romantic or sexual relationship with the girl. But after having my behavior explained to me as commonly associated with romance, I can understand how it was interpreted that way. I feel like it's worth mentioning that a lot of the remarks I made only sound bad when they're out of context. For example, there was one time when the girl jokingly said, "You should make an OnlyFans." And I said, "No, that's dumb. No one would ever want to see that." And she said something like, "Come on, it's so easy to make money on OnlyFans." And when I heard that, I thought, whoa, that's a little concerning. Don't tell me that social media is brainwashing this generation to think that they should just go directly into porn the second they turn 18 because it's the best way to get rich quick. That's a little concerning. I wanted to know if she was joking or if she was being serious. So I asked her, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" And of course, the YouTuber used the recording of me saying, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" to frame me as someone who initiates horrifically inappropriate discussions with children.
Yeah, that in context also sounds kind of weird. Like, he already admitted to the wrongdoing. He's already taken the L. He's already admitting to the fact that this did indeed happen, and he regrets it, which is great to hear. Don't understand why you would be talking to a 16-year-old girl like this. At least for me, there's no way in hell, even if I'm joking, am I talking to a 16 or 15-year-old girl and I'm like, are you gonna start an OnlyFans? Like, it's just not age appropriate. It sounds bad out of context, and it also sounds bad in context. Definitely weird, but once again, he owns up to it, which is good to see. I'm glad they're taking responsibility for their actions. There's no excuse to be caught in 4K by accident.
It's worth mentioning that sometime after this entire controversy started, 2 images started to circulate. These images are fake Discord screenshots depicting interactions between me and children that have never actually happened. These images were either created in Photoshop or made by an impersonator using my username and avatar. This isn't the way that people speak to other people.
Happy 12th birthday. Thank you. That's a big age for a young woman. Has your period started yet? I mean, at the time, it wasn't so much of a shocker. And if you know him, you know what I mean. And that's why whenever I see allegations from anyone, I'm so hesitant to believe Discord DMs because they're so easily faked. Like, you can straight up fake Discord messages for free within 5 minutes. I'm glad he realized he's wrong, and I hope this never happens again. In comparing that response on YouTube that says, this is an actual apology and I'm proud, hope you're building to your social life and all of that, admitting you're wrong. The comment section is mainly positive, and on Twitter, it's like a whole different story. Definitely going to be an interesting debate, and it's like if you go out and defend him, you're gonna be like, yo, you're just a fanboy. And then if you are against him, how dare you, he proved his innocence. So no matter what side you choose, you're gonna be fucked over in this situation. That's why I'm just here showing you this, and you guys do with that what you will. Yeah, he did fuck up big time. He should have not done that. But with that said, what do you guys think of this situation? Can content creators please stop talking to minors? That'd be great.